Yo, what is up guys, LostNUnbound here, and right now we've got episode 1 for my NBA 2K14 My GM Mode with the Trailblazers, and this time, as you guys know, it is a 1-episode series, completely separate from the Lakers series I've got going on, and in this episode, we'll be doing a ton of trades, coaching decisions, simulating through the season, simulating through the playoffs, a whole bunch of things that we've got to get through, and hopefully at the end of the day, we can win the title. So we've got the Portland Trailblazers, and take a look at that budget. $114 million, $75 million for the player budget. Not terrible. This is one of the teams that is in the middle of the pack. Not a favorite, but not a lottery team. So hopefully we can make the correct decisions at the end of the day to give us the title. Take a look at this offer from the Boston Celtics. Avery Bradley in return for CJ McCollum and Allen Crabbe. Now CJ McCollum is only 22 years old. 22 years old, and he did break his foot last season, so he did not get much of a chance. But at the same time, since this is a 1-season My GM Mode, a 1-episode series, CJ McCollum is not as proven of a player as Avery Bradley is. Amazing perimeter defender. He has been really working on that 3-point shot over the past 2 years. I think Avery Bradley can be a phenomenal starter for us. And worst comes to worst, if Wesley Matthews takes the starting small forward position or the starting shooting guard position, then Avery Bradley would be a fantastic 6th man. So we're going to give the Portland Trailblazers a call. Now Allen Crabbe, he was a rookie that I was intrigued by, but it does look like he will be a player that will be needed for the sacrifice, because at the end of the day, I think that getting Avery Bradley would be worth it and could help us out big time for this season. So Cameron Park, the GM of the Boston Celtics, we will submit the offer. He accepts the trade. We failed the goal from the owner, but hey, I'd rather win games than win the owner's offers. The Orlando Magic are offering us a pretty solid trade. We give up Robin Lopez and our 2014 first-round pick, and in return, we get Nikola Vucevic and Antoine Moore. Now, if this was a long-term series, I might think twice about giving up that pick, but since this is only a 1-season series, that pick does not matter too much for us. Nikola Vucevic is a much better rebounder and can score on the inside, and along with that, we save some cap space. So at the end of the day, I think this is a pretty solid trade right here. Some other guys I do want to look at are Bradley Beal, maybe Kawhi Leonard as well if they do want to give him up. But before that, this offer, Gary Adams, the GM of the Orlando Magic, let's submit the offer and they will accept it. Our second trade thus far of the episode. Here is the team rotation. Damian Lillard at the 1, Bradley at the 2, Batum at the 3, Aldridge at the 4, and Vucevic at the 5. Off the bench, our 6th man Wesley Matthews, Mo Williams, Thomas Robinson, Darrell Wright, Myers Leonard. He is a prospect, but he is huge, 7'1", 245. So although he is only a 59 overall, hopefully we can work something out and use that height and length to make something work out. Joel Freeland as the 11th man and my man Antoine Moore at the last spot of the roster. So we are the 8th overall team. Projected to go 8th. Hopefully we can beat those odds and get a home court advantage in the playoffs. That is the goal. And let's start by simming 10 to 15 games. Let's see if we can start off strong. I'd rather hold on to Mo Williams, so we will decline the offer. Continuing the simulation, we start off 4-1, 5-1, let's go! And Mo Williams sprains his toe. He is out for 1 to 2 weeks. We were 1 game away from winning 10 games in a row, but we did go on a 9-game winning streak. Except at the last second, we did lose to the Milwaukee Bucks, one of the worst teams in the league. But aside from that, number 1 in the conference, number 2 in the power ranking, a record of 10-2. So far, that's solid and I'll take it. So the Indiana Pacers are giving us a call. Let's see what they are asking us. Damian Lillard and Darrell Wright in return for Andrew Bynum and Evan Turner. Now Turner is a young player. He's a lot better in 2K than he is in real life. But Andrew Bynum, he is way too big of a risk. On the other hand, Damian Lillard, he is a proven athlete, amazing player, a leader of this team. Absolutely not. So continuing the simulation, we beat the Lakers, 2-game winning streak, lose to my Thunder. We get demolished by the Thunder actually, but in general, we still are in a winning stance. And the Utah Jazz, right after we beat them, are giving us the call. That seems to be a constant pattern where after we beat a team, that's when they want to call us for a trade. Marcus Aldridge for Derek Favors and a first round draft pick? I don't think so. Not going to waste any time on that. Decline it. And look at all of these W's. Still number 1 in the conference. Up against the Celtics, and we lose by 1. That catapults us back to number 4 in the conference. There you go, 2 wins in a row, but we still lose to the Thunder. I believe we have lost to them every single time this season. What's up, the Pelicans? No way. We're not going to give up our starting small forward for Ryan Anderson. I see that pick, but it is still not worth it. Once again, decline the offer. They need to step up their game with these offers right here. Earl Watson, thank goodness he is recovered. Our day is saved. There we go, back on the winning streak. 3 in a row. Can we beat the Raptors? Orlando just trying to interrupt my winning streak. I see how it is. I see how it is, and you know what you're going to get? You're going to get that big fat decline button. The Raptors, we lose to them, beat the Wizards. Overall, we are still winning a big percentage of the games. Continue the simulation. Beat the Pacers. Good stuff. 91% team chemistry, that's what I like to see. And thankfully, we have not had to go through too many injuries this season. Sometimes, we get so many injuries to our starters, our best players non-stop injured. This time, thankfully, it's only been about 1 or 2 times. So we will praise the coach for the 91% chemistry and move along. Right after I say how thankful I am, well, we did have some injuries, but still, no severe injuries. Right after that happens, Wesley Matthews breaks his ankle. Sprained ankles are bad enough. Tearing a ligament in your ankle, bad enough. But breaking your ankle is a whole nother story. 6 to 8 weeks. So the trade from the Dallas Mavericks. We give up Mo Williams, Thomas Robinson, and the first round pick for 2015 in return for Monta Ellis. Now this season, Mo Williams and Thomas Robinson have been underperforming. On the contrary, Monta Ellis, he could be the new starting shooting guard, and then we would move Avery Bradley off the bench. I think this is a perfect trade for us. I think it will help us out with the scoring. Thomas Robinson and Mo Williams, they are great players, especially Thomas Robinson being only 22 years old. But at the end of the day, if we want an instant impact, if we want to have the best chance at winning the season, I think that this is the offer to pull. We will submit it. And Monta Ellis, this was a tough trade to do, but welcome to the Portland Trailblazers, and let's see how this works out. Right before the trade deadline comes up, we pull a major trade. Our team was already doing very solid, but considering the fact that Mo Williams and Thomas Robinson have not been doing much, I think this should help us even more. Let's continue the simulation. We beat the Timberwolves, lose to the Nuggets, and Darrell Wright has a torn hip flexor. And that is only an injury that will last for 2 to 4 weeks. I thought it would take much longer than that, but he is unable to play. He cannot play through the injury, and that means that we need some other players off the bench to step up. So right now we are 4th in the conference, and the top 4 seeds in the conference do get the home court advantage. And at the beginning of the season, that was the goal. Home court advantage in the playoffs. So hopefully we can finish off this season strong and get exactly that. Monta Ellis giving us a talk. Hey, I wanted to let you know that the game we had against the Mavericks really made me feel good about being here. I'm thrilled to be a member of the team. We'll give him a positive response and further boost his morale. So we were starting to lose a few games, then we came right back after we beat the Spurs. Moving along. Still 4th in the conference. Wesley Matthews, still 4 to 6 weeks until he returns. Let's sim straight through the season. And LaMarcus Aldridge, our best player on the team, arguably the best player because Damian Lillard also makes a case, is injured for 1 to 2 weeks with a dislocated finger. He can play through it, but that will aggravate it. Now in real life, I would never do this to a player. I would not make them play through it. It is way too much of an injury risk. But in this game, from my experience, it does not make that big of a difference. So we will make them play through it. Hopefully we can finish off the season strong and healthy. Can we finish off the season strong? A win against the Jazz, 3 in a row, and the last game of the season, right when Wesley Matthews comes back, the perfect time for the playoffs. Do we finish off strong and we lose the last game of the season? Let's take a look at the MVP awards. LeBron James for the MVP, Trey Burke, Rookie of the Year. Boozer, 6th Man of the Year. I've never seen that before. Defensive Players, Joakim Noah. Most Improved, Gerald Green. Wow, 19 points per game for Gerald Green. We really wanted to trade for him before, but every time we tried to trade for him, he was injured. Moving along, Coach of the Year to Tom Thibodeau, and that will be the awards. But I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to join LNU Nation for your #1 source of all NBA 2K14, My GM Mode, My Team, and Suns more to come. Follow me on Twitter at LostNUnbound. That is the best place to reach me. My Twitch channel will be in the description, and I try to live stream over there several times per week at 7 PM Eastern. And as always, guys, I'm LostNUnbound, and have a great day. Peace out. D-up. He's gonna go out to. Oh! I don't even care who that was to. He got rejected. Lob it up.